Okay, you guys, so I can't actually find anything about her political service. So maybe she's wiped the internet of that. But Eve Plum did live in Laguna Beach. And as far as I remember, this was before COVID, right? She was actually a part of city council. And so when I was looking at that city council meeting that Chad and JT attended to do their shenanigans, right? I'm fairly certain that was Eve Plum on the far, their right, my left side of the table. I'm fairly certain that was her. And that was before COVID, right? So she apparently used to own one of the historic houses in Laguna Beach. And I remember when I was first getting involved in politics before COVID, when we're all still meeting in person, I remember people talking about her influence as an establishment center left Democrat in the area. I never met her. I didn't see her. Um, I obviously I did a lot of work in Laguna Beach, but she I think sold her home and left. She owned a famous building. Okay, home is where the art is. 50th annual Charm House tour set for next Sunday. By the way, apparently she also was still very involved in the arts and was doing makeup for the pageant of the Masters and doing. That's why she chose Laguna Beach because it's a very art focused village on the sea. It is very hippie, right? Historic Preservation Group Village Laguna's motto is to preserve and enhance the unique village character of Laguna Beach. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Charm House tour. Docent Ruben Flores leads a tour through Bluebell Foundation for Cats during last year's tour. Okay. Um, okay. I don't know. We used to have plants like that in my backyard when I was growing up. To celebrate this commitment, they're hosting the 50th anniversary Charm House tour of 5 very special residences on May 18th. So this happened, I think, last year. I think the article was dated 2025. The tour aims to highlight the beauty of village living. Each year, Village Laguna, I don't even know what, that's just got to be an organization name because I don't think there's actually a place in Laguna Beach called Village Laguna. Village Laguna chooses a different tour area. Last year it was Laguna Canyon. Okay, so that's kind of a unique area where they have a lot of small businesses and stuff. I have a friend who owns a florist shop in the canyon. That's also where they have the Sawdust Festival, and Club Post Nuclear was down there before it shuttered in the 90s. This year, it's the Central Village neighborhood. What does that mean to me? Many people pass these homes every day without knowing what magic lies inside. This tour shows you. What makes a house charming? Well, I can tell you, fucking everything in Laguna is absolutely beautiful. It's 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 a gorgeous community, and actually, I was looking at there's a little canyon where they have mobile homes there, but it's tucked inside a canyon. Because the only reason you wouldn't want to get a mobile home is they could be easily overturned by like water spouts, which are tornadoes, right? They're low level tornadoes and they're right by the beach. But because they're tucked away in a canyon, they're actually kind of protected based on their landscape. And I saw some like 2 to 3 bedroom mobile homes in that area, which I walked several times. I canvassed that area several times. That were less than $450,000, which is like half of the cost of my condo, right? So I'm thinking about it, you guys. I'm totally thinking about it. Charms in the eye of the beholder. But we seek to have homes that we think reflect the heritage of Laguna Beach, that are well maintained and have interesting parts to them, either the structure or perhaps the artwork that the owner has collected. Oh, so they want to buy like all of your stuff too. Hmm. No, I guess this is just for display. This is just like a tour, I guess. Things that are quintessential Laguna and yet not something everybody else has. Yeah, for real. One of, one of the beaches I went to down there, um, I think the street is called Nye's Place. Nyes. It's very exclusive, rich neighborhood, and it's got like this leaning tower on it that's super famous. But we used to go down there when we were in high school. Big group of us from high school, and this kid who was our age, he was a teenager. He was so excited to see kids his own age, so he invited us all into his house, right? He lived right on the beach, but apparently, like, he was just there for um, his parents had shared custody, right? They weren't like together. And he just wanted to show off, basically. He invited us in, and the first thing that we saw when we walked in the living room was a life-size statue of JFK. JFK, right? With a fountain under his feet. And then he took us down into the garage and showed us his dad's car, which was like this futuristic sports car that nobody had ever seen before. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. Um, but he had to go back to, I think, dad probably hooked up with somebody like in one of the countries in Latin America, and he had to go back home ultimately to his mom, right? But he was like, look at this, look at that. We're like, hey, you want to hang out with us? We're just a bunch of drama geeks. Fine by us. All right. Member Anne Kristoff was in charge of a team that chose homes for this year's tour. The houses are unique, she explained. People put their own creative ideas into the houses, and that's why we like to feature homes where people just really treasure their living environment, and often artistic influences and the house's character is interesting with well done, high quality design. A notable dwelling on the tour is the so called Mermaid Grotto. Local realtor Nikki Wilhoit, am I saying that correctly? Said it's as if you were reading a fantasy novel and you imagined what a house would be like in Atlantis, the underwater city. It is truly like living in a piece of art. The mermaid sculpture, that the entire living room is basically surrounded by, is really very special. The decor, you're so pretentious, you guys. The decor is done by the owner, Melody Barnett. It's the perfect house to live in here in Laguna if you want to really immerse yourself in our culture. I think I did, folks. Like, I walked every fucking inch of Laguna. I wrecked my body hiking steep neighborhoods, you guys. The charm of Karen LaGrue's 1990s home lies mostly in its environment. It's a contemporary style house near Bluebird Park with eucalyptus trees and frogs and doves in the courtyard. I know where Bluebird Park is, you guys. I totally know where that is. She explained. And they have a children's park with a rocket ship. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Bluebird Creek runs alongside the house. Okay. I totally know where that is. Yeah. Another home on the tour are currently owned by Jamie P.O.T. Am I saying that right? Is it Jamie or Jaime? I don't know. Is a 1923 cottage once owned by the artist John Carl Domling and later by the Brady Bunch actress Eve Plum. I'm going to stop there. I'll drop you the link. I swear to you guys, she was involved in politics, and I think it's been scrubbed from the internet because I know for a fact I was told about her. And I never had any interactions with her because I was a Bernie bro, right? Like, I was a Bernie organizer, and she was a centrist Dem. She was center left. So I never had any interactions with her, but that would have been super cool, right?